Actually, I gotta turn my notifications off over here. Okay, so yeah, it is Rockhounding Fridays, Rockhounding Prospecting Fridays. So part of what we are doing this year is we are ramping up, going back to our roots with rockhounding and prospecting and all the amazing things that started this business in the first place. Yeah, we're getting back to our roots. So today in our class, we're talking about, is it agate, Jasper, or is that an arrowhead chipping? How to identify your rocks out in the field. So, sorry, my brain's a little, how to identify your common rocks out in the field and identify if they are a chipping or an old working that you need to use caution with, and what to do afterwards. So we're going to go over the laws, what your rights are, how to identify, and how you can actually still use those items even if they do end up being an arrowhead chipping or an actual relic, or when you need to go put it back and leave it where you found it. Okay, so I have got to get this shared out really fast. I've got to get our group up. They're like, Crystal, you said you were gonna be live. Like, where the hell are you? Where are you? Like I said, I just had a techie glitch once again. So I'm gonna refresh, and then I gotta check our sound to make sure we've got some sound. So give me just 1 second so I can get this shared out and get everybody in here. In the group, of course, yeah, we want our Rockhounders and our Prospectors, right? Live now. Live class now. I'll be singing. I get knocked down. Sorry, y'all. I was doing all the things and that song was playing, so now it's like stuck in my head. All right, so I gotta make sure we've got some sound. Do I have sound? Yes, I do. Okay, we're gonna let that be. I'm gonna get you guys rearranged, moved over here next to all the cool, awesome rocks that I've got hidden away, and we're gonna dive into it. So, depending on how long you've been with me, you've seen me wear this necklace. And this is one of those prime examples of, is that obsidian or is that just obsidian, or is that a little bit something else? So this is actually a piece that we picked up years ago. Didn't even realize that it had been worked. We were going through, we were doing a ton of rockhounding. I don't even remember exactly where it was that we were rockhounding when I came across this one. I want to say it was on one of our outings out in Nevada, but don't quote me because I don't remember, to be completely honest. Like, we've been on so many, like, over the course of like the past 20 something years, we've gone out a lot. So sometimes it does get a little murky, a little fuzzy. I'm trying to remember exactly where I found all these pieces. And not just me, my whole family. And even like back in the day, we even used to take some of our, our friends or some of our best customers just out just for fun, get out, let's go, enjoy nature and find some cool rocks and crystals, kind of adventures. And we don't do that anymore. Unfortunately, I would love to go back out and do that. But unfortunately, we've got some bylaws that we have to work around now because there's been some new laws and rules and regulations that have been passed in the past recent years. So, yeah, something I gotta look into it. Yeah, I gotta look into that so I can take everyone out on the river and just go have some fun. And I can take like some of y'all up into the hills and we can just go rock hounding together and just have fun and enjoy our time together. Yeah, without getting, you know, in trouble. All right. So, woohoo! All right. So before we jump into this class, before I like go through all the hassle of moving you guys around, I want to tell you about some of the things that are happening. So just very, very quick, just bear with me. Hang on. I know, like Instagram, you guys are just so patient and amazing and wonderful. Hang on for a couple minutes, okay? I'll be really quick and then we're going to dive right into our class, okay? Okay, I love you. Don't run off on me. Okay, please, pretty, please. All right. Okay, it's really weird when I look over here and I can see myself, because when I'm looking into the camera, I'm not actually looking at me. I'm looking up at the actual camera lenses. And then I see me and I'm like, hey, that's what I look like. No, I'm just joking. Sorta. Kind of, sorta, kind of not. All right. It's weird, guys. It's just kind of weird. It's just weird. All right. So first, every Friday, I'm trying to make a 9 o'clock schedule work every Friday morning, but the time is not set in stone as of yet. So Fridays, if I'm working a Friday, it's because I've got major releases coming up. We've got major sales going on, or you know, I've got deadlines that I've got to hit. Some, you know, a lot of things that have got to be cleaned up that were not completed during the week. So normally 9 o'clock in the morning, that's perfect. That's awesome. But sometimes, like today, I've been up here, like literally at my computer for, I can't even tell you how many hours. Like literally my butt hurts, y'all. Like my butt hurts. I'm just saying. My bone's a little sore. All right. But that's okay. That's okay. So I want to tell you about some of the things coming out really, really fast. So I just got done updating our live event schedule over on our website, so millarchery.com, and every week I go through and I update it. So I don't have next week's class for our rock hounding and prospecting, you know, adventurous fun scheduled as of yet. I'm back and forth on a couple different classes. So if there's a particular one that you would like to do for next Friday, please let me know. And I will be live every Friday doing these live rock hounding, treasure hunting, gold prospecting kind of classes. Like we can go into dowsing and actual panning classes and rock identifications and energy working and all those fun things that go along with it, including just, you know, enjoying the history, because the history is the most amazing part of it. Like history's extraordinary, guys. All right. So we have that going on. Okay. Second matter of business. So not pertaining to rocks at the moment. We have, it's been a doozy of a day. My brain and my tongue aren't working now. All right. So coming this week, we have doors opening for enrollment to our no time, no bread, no problem bread baking workshop that is specially designed for busy parents. Now, it doesn't mean that you have to be a parent to join, okay? But it's designed around the troubles that my busy parents encounter when it comes to baking. It's all part of those old school, like lifetime skill stuff, okay? If you want to learn how to bake country bread and take back control of your life like that through baking, that's a place to come join me. So stay tuned on our main page in order to get more information on that. Starting Monday with early enrollment for our subscribers only. Okay, second part. Monday, you are also going to be finding me live because we got Valentine's coming up and I've got some cool stuff that I want to really showcase to you, which does halfway pertain to y'all, my rock hounding amazing beauties. I want to show you some of these. Check these out. Like, look how freaking awesome that is. So this is made from some reclaimed cedar wood. It actually came off of a deck that my dad built when I was just a little kid, and it got deteriorated and was no longer safe from years and years of weathering and all the big trees that are growing up around there kind of ripped the whole deck apart. So I was fortunate enough to get some of those, which makes this a really special, amazing thing for me, okay? Really special for me to be able to have these particular pieces. And then we got these cool rock sculptures, these cool fossil sculptures. And these are so cool. Yeah, so cool. Like, and I love how, so we source these out from a local US company, and they're extraordinary at what they do. But I love how they left the back raw and the front is totally polished and carved. It's so cool. So I got a whole bunch of those. So if you want to know more about those, you can go ahead and swing over to the website right now and click on our rocks and fossils or our home decor links that you can find right there on the main front page. So, now just for fun, I'm just going to show you some of these. Like, look at these. Like, look at our old bottles. Oh, I love the old bottles, guys. It's just, so I have like a whole bunch of them up here. We have probably, I don't even know where to start on the guessing. So this is an old log cabin syrup bottle that we gathered a few years back, and it's a 1966. Like, how freaking cool is that? So we actually have some home decor stuff that we're building later this summer that incorporates these old bottles right into them that you're going to be able to purchase right there on the website. How freaking cool is that? So if you guys want to see some of those builds like happening live, or you want to see some of the actual like building footage of it, make sure you drop it down in the comments and go, hell yeah, I want to know more about that. I want to see that process. All right. But yeah, so we have so many cool bottles up here. So this is a 59. It's so cool. And then let's see, we got an old 72 right here. Whiskey bottle. Oops, I gotta shut that or I'm gonna end up causing troubles. Okay, so it's a pint, and let's see. Nope, this one doesn't have a make on it. I can't even tell you what brand it is. I'm sorry. So that's a hard thing. Like when you're like doing like bottle, like collecting old antique bottles, like finding them out in the field and things like that. Pretty cool. It's so cool. But identifying what it actually was or the brand that it was, that can be sometimes a little more tricky. And sometimes you can't find the brand. All you can do is track it down to the original glass maker and then just see who was purchasing from them at that time. But normally, it's a sizable list. But, oh, I love the old bottles. So we have some really cool designs that we're going to start making for your home and your office out of some of these old bottles. Especially our old beer bottles up there, because I've got a whole bunch of them that are exactly the same size. So they'll be perfect to work as like pillars for different shelving units and tables and all the fun stuff. And it's just going to be, I'm so excited. But first we need these feet and feet and feet. Slow it away. Like, can you relate? Can you relate? Yeah. Okay, so let me know what particular class you want to do for next week for our rockhounding and our gold prospecting enthusiasts, rock and treasure hunters, and all of the fun things, because honestly, that's right here at the roots of Milt Artistry and how this business actually got started. And we're going back to that because it's a hell of a lot funner being out in the field and having all the fun. And I want to teach you and bring you along, so we're doing these free classes. So like today, it's much later. I had a lot of back work to do because not only do we have the Busy Parent Workshop coming up, we've got the Busy Parent full course coming up right after that. We've got Valentine's Day sales happening all this next week. And we've just got all the things happening. Plus we've got like I'm in my own workshops and boot camps that I'm taking too. So I can continue to show up as the best for you guys and stay on top of everything. So I'm learning right alongside with you, and the more you guys interact with me, the more that I can make this even funner and more attuned to what it is that you are really needing to know and that you're really interested in. So, last business. Okay, so I'm truly wanting to put together an actual rock hounding gold prospecting event. So I'm thinking just a small show, especially, you know, just the way things are. All right, so I've never done an actual in-person live event like this. So I would love to have some input. I don't even know where we're gonna set this up. I don't even know who all is actually interested in this. So this will be happening right here in Star Valley later this year. So my last live inside our group, when did we say that was? Is that September? Yeah, so September 13th and 14th. So Friday the 13th, right? How freaking awesome is that, right? So it'll be probably 10 a.m. to about 4 or 6 o'clock at night. But I've got to make sure we have enough call to actually do all of the work in order to put this together. So if you want to get in on that, let me know. Seriously, down in the comments, like, let me know your thoughts, what you would like to see, you know, help me out. I've never actually done an event like this, so I think that'd be awesome. This is also happening 2 weeks before Mountain Days, if memory, yes, so it's 2 weeks before Mountain Days happen. So Mountain Days here in Star Valley, it happens down in Alpine, and it's this huge event. It's awesome. It's amazing. So we have, it's just awesome, guys. So if you are ever in the Star Valley area around, so it's the, let's see, 1, 2, 3, the 4th week. So it's the last week of September, that weekend. You want to hit Mountain Days. Mountain Days is freaking phenomenal. Okay, I'm just saying, you got awesome vendors and all the things. So I'm not thinking anything nearly that big because it's just little old lonesome me, and I just want to have fun, and I really want to meet some of you guys, and I miss some of you guys. Oh my God, I miss you guys. You guys are awesome. I miss having my pop-up tent and my booth up, where I get to just see you guys, and you guys bring me all your cool fossils and rocks and show me all these cool things and share your stories, and I miss you guys. Like, holy crap. Okay, we got to get on with this. I'm sitting here talking away like a chatterbox. Why the hell I said it that way, I don't know. So give me a moment, because I am working with 2 cameras. Now, just in case, if you are dropping comments on Facebook, sometimes I don't see your comments. Okay, Facebook has gotten really weird with mobile, and I can't go live on my laptop anymore. So, what am I getting? I can't open my door. Oh, I know what I'm hitting. I'm hitting that. The girls are in my special awesome markers again. Okay, so we are going to pull out some awesome goodies here, guys. We're going to start having some fun. All right, after I pick up all my awesome markers that my girls decided to throw all over the place and get into it again. So, where are you guys watching from? Just in case, I want to know where you guys are watching from. I would love to interact with you as much as possible, especially during the live, because otherwise, literally, guys, it's just me talking to myself on a phone. Like, it's a little weird and creepy sometimes like that, okay? All right, yeah. So I really like to look at the weird, quirky things inside of stuff. So, y'all, bear with me. I'm a little weird. But that's okay, because that's what makes me so awesome. Really. I can't believe I got in my markers again. Didn't even see him still in this time. Okay, I'm missing a lid. Hopefully I can find that. Another. There's my box. They're throwing boxes all over. Oh. All right, so I'm going to bring you guys right up in here so I can show you some of these awesome pieces. And we'll just deal with all of my special paint markers later. And hopefully I will find this one lid. Okay, so let's dive into, is it Agate or is it Jasper? Yeah? Yeah, you guys want to? Like, whew, that was a bad choice with my hair. All right. So, boop. Okay. I had this all nice and clean and the girls came up here just a few minutes ago. I'm like, go away. Don't get me wrong. I love my daughters. I love my kids. But sometimes they do make work in life a little difficult. What the hell do I have in this bag? I get nothing. Oh, you're never gonna keep me down. Oh, these are actually really cool. I'll show you guys. Okay. It's not exactly what I was gonna pull out, but let's show you some of these pieces over here. Okay, so anytime you guys find a rock like this, gotta pop out the camera view so I can get it up here close enough where you guys can see it. Okay, so let me focus. Sorry, Instagram, it's just not focusing for you guys. Okay, so this is a piece of Jasper. Jasper is solid in color. You cannot see through it, okay? That's just how it goes, all right? All right? Now, agates, on the other hand, they've got a little bit of a transparency to them, which is really cool. Now, interesting fact, agate and jasper are actually exactly the same mineral, okay? The only difference is that, see, they are both a type of chalcedony, all right? Here, we got to move you guys up a little bit. My light is like shining right on you guys. All right, and I got to get these cameras so that they're both the same rough area. Okay, so I'm trying to like keep my cameras lined up, guys, and it makes it a little easier for me to actually see you. Look at you. Look at you. All right, so I caught a glance at myself. Damn. All right, so here, this is a better example. So this is Jasper. You see how solid that is in color, okay? Jasper is also a little bit rough, okay? So when you are out in the field, your best tool for identifying a rock is your fingers, okay? Your fingers, all right? Jasper is a little rough when it cracks open. It's a little rough. And when it breaks, it breaks in a whole bunch of like weird square angles, okay? So it's going to break here, it's going to break here, all right? Whereas an agate is much like an obsidian in how it breaks. It breaks nice and clean and has this beautiful, like smooth texture. So agate, let me see if I can find you a piece of agate. Of course, I don't have one right here. So, that's not agate. Let's find some agate. All right, well, this one's a work stone, but that's okay. So, this one's a cut geode. So, do you see how smooth that is? Yes, I know. It's cut and polished on the inside. But agate actually gleams just like that. And when you rub it, it feels just like glass, okay? So if you ever rub your finger on a clean piece of glass, it's that same texture. It's just like glass, okay? Now, yes, as I was telling you earlier, agate and jasper they actually come from the same formation. Still got to bump this camera just a little bit. Now you're going to be in the view of that camera, and I don't like that. All right. So, forgot what I was saying. Same mineral. Okay. So, chalcedony is chemically identical to quartz, okay? Here's the kicker. Here's the difference between quartz and chalcedony. Chalcedony only forms from organic material, meaning any type of chalcedony is actually a type of petrification. All right, now quartz, on the other hand, is naturally forming. Yeah, naturally forming. All right, now chalcedony encompasses a large range of stones, okay? So all the way from, let's see, we've got some here. All right, hang on, let me grab one more over here. So I'm currently working on transforming these into some jewelry pieces for the shop. Stay tuned later this year. They're not ready yet. We are still working on it. So these pendants have been fixed up down in Mexico, which is really awesome. They've been carved into these arrowheads. So this is onyx, okay? Onyx, it's a type of chalcedony, once again. Now this is similar to an agate in how that it breaks, but unlike agate versus jasper, it comes as clear or solid and transparency. And a huge, huge range of colors. Okay, so let me put these back. So if you do want to get in on some of the Arrowhead jewelry, it will be coming out later this summer. However, it breaks just like agate does. So like this is an agate here, my agate slice necklace. Love it, love it, love it. So when agate breaks, it breaks just like obsidian or like glass. I mean, it is a sheer break, and it is razor sharp, y'all. Razor sharp. Now, onyx is a lot like jasper in the aspect of part of how it breaks. So its fracturing lines, or its durability for its fracture lines, we'll put it that way. Its durability for fracturing is like jasper. So it doesn't take very much to have it shear off, and yeah, then it just breaks and chips. Hence why I don't offer those for sale yet, because I've got to do some actual real hands-on designing and working with each individual piece to make it so that if you accidentally drop it or it bumps against something, it's not going to break and cut you. So, yeah. All right, so now this is obsidian, okay? Look at that. Like, oh, I love it. So obsidian is either green, brownish, gray, and sometimes even purple in its color. So if you hold this up to the light, you can see, let me see if that'll, aha, it does. So this one's a grayish brown. It's tinting, which is really awesome. Okay, that's really awesome. All right, so now, just like this is obsidian too. However, this particular obsidian, so this obsidian comes out of, this is a local obsidian. Oh, I don't know where exactly it came from. This is like a miscellaneous bag I just found. So I don't even know what's in here. Oh, that's so cool. Like this is covered in quartz drizzle. Like, look at that. It's like a fish, dude. Look how freaking awesome that is. It's completely covered in little tiny miniature quartz drizzle. Which just, oh, that's so cool. So cool. I really wish Instagram would focus on it, but it just keeps focusing on everything else. Sorry. I'm sorry. That's just awesome. That's like a freaking fish, dude. We're going to have to do something with that. Like, that's just awesome. Okay. Back to the case in point. All right. So this obsidian is a local obsidian. Okay. Whereas this one comes out of, I'm pretty sure this is Nevada that this one comes out of. So here's another piece of obsidian. Now this one comes out of Yellowstone area, okay? not out of the park. You cannot collect rocks or minerals or metals out of a national state park, okay? Such as Washington, or not Washington. Why the hell did I say Washington? Such as Yellowstone, okay? Which really sucks, because do you have any idea how many gold mines are in freaking Yellowstone that got shut down? Thanks. Thanks, Roosevelt. Thank you, President Roosevelt, for doing that. But having said that, it's really kind of cool to have a place that is just preserved and taken care of. So, just saying. Okay, so this obsidian is almost solid, okay? So it's really freaking cool. And the really cool thing about this is when we had these stored, some old rusty bolts actually got through into the container that we had these on. And when I pulled them out, they actually have a rust staining to them, which gives them this really cool, not quite copper, not quite silver, not quite gold, but just this really cool metallic metal, like changing like color that's to them. It's so cool. So this, after we got it back, we realized was not just a normal piece of obsidian, and it's also not just a normal chipping or arrowhead chipping. This is actually an old left-handed scraping knife, and it fits the hand perfect. Like your fingers like literally just wrap around this baby. It's so freaking cool. But this was for scraping the inside of, for getting ready to tan and process your leather out. It was for scraping the meat, the remaining meat off of the hide, which is really cool. Okay, that's just really kind of cool. So yeah, this piece is awesome. So protective too. So if you guys want to know about the energies, metaphysical properties, just let me know. Okay. So along those lines, anything black is extremely protective. Okay. All right. So that it's just awesome that way. Okay. So let me find you guys a good agate piece. I've got a whole bunch of Jasper up here, but I want to give you guys more. So like this is some obsidian. This one's a snowflake obsidian. Where is, I wonder where my mahogany obsidian is. So I don't, right there. So this is mahogany obsidian. So freaking cool. So freaking cool. Okay, so now snowflake obsidian, most of it actually does come out of the National Yellowstone area. Okay, area. I'm going to stress area. You cannot mine, you cannot even pick up the tiniest little pebble in a national park like Yellowstone. It is against the law and you will get fined for it if you get caught, and you can get in major trouble. These come from some of the claims just outside of Yellowstone, and there's a bunch of them up that way. Okay? Okay. So if you are wanting to keep some of these pieces that you find, they have to come off a claim. To just keep yourself safe, they have to come off a claim. You have to either own that claim or have permission from the claim owner in order to remove those minerals, okay? Now, rocks are not as touchy as rocks are, but they're not, a little bit different. So like if you're gold panning, you can take gold from anything, okay? With the exception of national parks, okay? Those areas, no. Okay? But rocks, on the other hand, so you can gather gold from the rivers, anything like that, as long as you're not on someone else's claim. And if you're on that claim, you have to have their permission or you have to be the owner of it. All right. Rocks, on the other hand, yes, the same claim owns rocks, minerals, and your metals and all the things. A claim owns all precious minerals, okay? So if you're on someone's claim and you're picking up rocks, you do have to have their permission in order to actually be out there picking them, and especially to keep them. Otherwise, that's called claim jumping. I'm just saying what I'm saying. All right. Now, rocks, on the other hand, you can go out into the national forest and pick up rocks. So legally, you can pick up to 250 pounds a year per person. All right. It is yours to just keep. You can do whatever you want with it, with the exception of you cannot give it away and you cannot sell it. Okay. So if you're a rock hound enthusiast and you want to start making a living from it, you need to start getting in touch with some claim owners or with some, or hitting like the gold shows and the rock shows and the crystal shows and the gem shows. Like, let's see, the second week of February, we have the Tuscan gem show happening. It's always the second week of February, okay? Always the second week, and which is awesome. I would actually love to go to that. Love to go to that, okay? Okay? So if you're inside our Rockhound prospecting, lost treasure hunter, amazing Star Valley group, I posted the other day of a list of gold and rock shows happening in the western states area over the next few months. So you guys can make some schedule tweaks and go have a vacation. Like, seriously, if I wasn't smack dab in the middle of our busy parent in our homemade whole wheat bread course for my busy parents that are ready to take back control of their life course, I would be there. I'm not even joking. I would be there. Be like, hey babe, let's go celebrate our anniversary. It's not quite on the anniversary, but it's close enough. Let's go play for the weekend. Oh, I would love to do it. So it's one of the biggest shows of the year that's happening. And it's happening really, really soon. So if you want to go find some awesome rocks and meet some extraordinary people, like, seriously, it's the second week of February. So the Tuscan gold show, or the Tuscan gem show is awesome. Awesome! Like, I really want to go. But it can't happen this year. So, it is what it is. All right. So, let me find you. I want to find you guys some good agate pieces that are still raw. Okay. So, we are talking about what is a chipping, what is an arrowhead, what is, some no-nos. So, these are all chippings. Okay? I'm going to show you this bag. It's all chippings. Now, this one, yeah, you can see the general shape there. It's been chipped away at. This is one that we were working on ourselves, okay? I'm just saying, this is one we were working on ourselves. But I'll tell you what, I'm not very good at napping. I'm just saying, I'm not very good at it. But it's a cool, awesome piece, okay? It's just so cool. And I love the color of this particular obsidian. It's just so cool. Like, those colors are just phenomenal. Oh, I love those striations inside of it. So I love holding my rocks up to the light, man. Okay, so Jasper, it's solid. There's no seeing through that shit. Okay, obsidian, it's a lot like agate. It's transparent, okay? And the thinner you slice it, the cooler and awesomer it gets, okay? Just saying. So, this is an agate. I have a whole slug of agate, and I can't find any raw chunks to just show you for some reason right now. Just the way it works. Okay. So, is it just agate, Jasper, or is that a chipping? Okay. So, a good way to tell if that is agate, Jasper, or it's an actual remnant of a working, you do have to be very careful when you come across chipping workings out in the field, because most of them are protected. You cannot pick those up. It is an archaeological, historical area that is protected. Do not gather stones from sacred locations. Do not gather stones from historical locations. Do not gather stones from archaeological areas, period. Do not do it. For one, you can go to jail for it. 2, massive fines. 3, that's some bad juju. Okay, just saying, bad juju. Never desecrate or take away or leave garbage in sacred places, okay? Just saying. Just saying. So, these are all chippings. So, we've got some shirt. And my children are here. We've got some Jasper. Oh, look at that camel Jasper. How pretty. Oh my gosh, look at that. I love it. Okay, Belle, take a breath. Take a breath. Like, look at these. These are so cool. We got some dark gray, black Jasper here. How freaking awesome is that? Okay, girls, take a breath. Okay. So, this one, for example, this one is an easy one to misidentify in the field as you're just going along, because you're not looking that close when you're just picking rocks. Now, just a minute. I think you're going to be okay. So, if I got to set these down. Don't touch, please. So, if you look really close, you can see this little chippy whippy little area right here. That is where the stone has actually had napping done on it to slowly start to form it. So, this is a raw piece that was never finished, okay? Okay, so that's what this is. This is an actual chipping, okay? So, sometimes your chippings are really obvious. Other times, they're not. So, this, once again, is a scraping blade, okay? Once again, left-handed. Most of them are left-handed, so that you can just really, or no, this one's a right-handed. I apologize, right-handed. Yeah, so it's really kind of cool. So often when you find these that have got this weird little angle, they were for doing special different types of cutting. So this would have been a perfect knife for scoring and for cutting, because your hand fits on it just perfect right here. It wraps right around your fingers. Like, look at that wrap. How gorgeous is that? Wrapped right around. It gives you a good strong hold. Hang on. I am on a live. You cannot do that. Okay? So, you've got to look for those little chipping marks. Let me find a good one. Oh, okay. So this one's a good... Yeah, this one's a good one to show you the chipping marks, okay? You can't have that on. I can't have that on. I cannot have it on. Okay, so this one is a good example of one that has been worked and that it's got the chipping on it. So you can see all the way down here, these little tiny chip away marks, where it's just slowly been notched back and away. And then you can also see it echoed there on the edge line, how it's not straight. It's just a whole bunch of little itty bitty tiny chips. No.
Don't let me relax with music.
No, not right now. You can't. So this is an awesome example of a chipping. And this one, it looks like they were in the process of doing an arrowhead, but right here we have a sheer break in it. So you can see the arrowhead forming there. And this could have even been a knife. So this even could have been a knife or a spearhead. Just starting a small spearhead. There's no snacks in that. It had rocks in it. I don't... Okay, look. Look. Girls, Mom's working. Beep, beep. Beep, beep, Ellie. Yes, you can have... You guys can share that, but I don't have a knife to put it in half, okay? No. Hush, hush, hush. All right, so I always have my kids around me, guys. Just so you know. Just saying. All right. So, you are not allowed to pick up artifacts that are older than 1932. So, educate yourself. Look up the Antiquities Act of 1932. Okay? And educate yourself. Know your laws. If you're going to be out in the field, you're going to be picking up rocks, you're going to be out go panning or prospecting or even lost treasure hunting, know your facts, know your laws, okay? It's super, super important for keeping your butt safe, okay? Because there are hefty fines. You can go to jail, and depending on what is going on, you can have a lot of things happen.
Why is it jail?
Because I'm teaching. All right, so anything older than 1932. Now, depending on how you read that law, for the most part, everyone just goes, yeah, if it's 1932 or older, you can't touch it. Okay, unless it's coming off of private property. Now, antiquities. No. Antiquities belong to the landowner. So if you're out on public land, that's government land. The government owns it. You don't own it. You don't get to have it. Which, the government's supposed to be ran by the people, for the people, but that's just the way it is. So you have to own the land personally yourself, okay, in order to be able to lay claim to those artifacts. All right. Second part. We're talking about Native American artifacts right here, right now. Native American artifacts, though, are different. So, Native American artifacts, yes, technically, you can spell, don't. Technically, you can gather and even sell some Native American artifacts if you own the land. But at the same time, you can't. Straight up, you can't. Because any Native American artifact technically belongs to the tribe that it originated from. True. No.
Why from the tribe?
No.
Why?
No. So, if you find... this is where it gets tricky, okay? So I'm going to tell you what the laws are, and I'm going to tell you what your rights are. All right? So, say you find this amazing old napped stone arrowhead, like a whole bunch of them, or spearheads, and you start finding knives and all of those things. Technically, you're supposed to report that. However, at that point in time, your land, your property, even if it is right literally where your house is then open for archaeological digs, and the people get to come, how do you explain this? Your land is then subject to becoming the property and ownership of the Native American tribe that was there. So, you're technically supposed to report any major Native American artifact find. However, if it is your own personal property and your home's on it and you start finding this amazing, these amazing finds, yes, it's awesome. It should be shared out with the public. However, you do run the risk of actually losing the rights to your land. Okay? Payback's kind of a bitch, huh? Just saying, okay? So, the Native American tribes and councils can actually decide to come in and take that land off your hands with no reimbursement of any kind for the value of that land. So, know your laws, know your rights. What you cannot get away with, Native American jurisdiction comes above all others. I'm just saying, it does. All right. And honestly, I don't really blame them. I'm just saying, I don't actually blame them. So, yeah, just know your laws. So, yeah, you need to talk to council members and things like that if you're going to go ahead with publishing any finds that you find on your own personal property. and report it to the government and all of the things. That is what you're legally supposed to be doing. Okay? But like I said, you do run the risk of losing your property. I'm just saying. Okay. However, like if you're out in the field, there is actual exceptions to the bylaws, okay, for Native American artifacts such as chippings, arrowheads, and so on. So you cannot legally go out and actively be digging or sifting specifically for the intent of arrowheads, chippings, or spearheads, any kind of Native American stone working. Period. You legally cannot actively, purposely go out trying to find them. However, if you are out rockhounding and you happen to come across some and you don't realize that's what it is, you can actually pick them up. Okay? If you're going along and you happen to see an arrowhead on the ground, you legally can pick it up. Okay? Because they are made out of the same exact rocks and minerals as what rockhounders go out to look for. Okay? And sometimes it's a little more difficult to distinguish an actual chipping versus just a broken off piece of rock. Okay? So you can see if it's a chipping most often by the way that it's chipped, the different angles, and especially if you find any minute little tiny chipping like this one has right here on this edge. So this one is one that can easily be misidentified as just a piece of rock versus this was working. Okay? All right, so let's find us another good one. All right. Oh, how fun is that? So this one was an arrowhead that broke off right here. So here's the tie-on part. So this one would have slid. This would have been notched into a piece, into your stick this way. So, but either in the making or it had been shot, this section got broke off. Okay? Now, most of the arrowheads and spearheads that you find, the tips are broken off because when they were at their target, often they hit bone. So when the arrowhead was removed, or when the arrow was removed, the tip was broken because it hit bone on its target. All right. So trying to see if I can find some really cool ones in here. So probably not. Now the funny thing is when you do come across arrowheads and antiquities, things like that, there's two different viewpoints that people take on it, okay? And these are shared viewpoints with many of the Native American communities that we have interacted with over the years, and just individual people, not the whole community, but individuals from Native American tribes from the western states here, and even just the local, and just rockhounders in general, okay? So we are all about history. We're all about preserving that and bringing that out into the world. It's beautiful, it's amazing, it's wonderful. And there's so much that we can learn from it. Holy knitters. There's so much we can learn from it, okay? That can improve our modern daily lives right here, right now. It's amazing, okay? But there's 2 points. So one, don't touch it because you're taking away from that particular location. Ellie, put those markers away right now and stop getting into them. Put the lids back on. Apologies. So leave it as you find it so that that area is preserved for generations, even though that area is going to be transformed by nature, okay? It's slowly going to be swallowed up by nature, okay? The second viewpoint is that it needs to go into a museum to be shared with the world, okay? Now, along those lines, if it's coming off national or off public land, you have to report it to the government. You legally cannot sell nor give that away. You have to report it to the officials. If you want it to go into a museum setting, okay? Which generally takes that site and it turns it into an archaeological site where only archaeologists and the original native tribe is allowed to go into and to actually observe the finds in person, okay? So it becomes a historical district preservation, okay? The next viewpoint is that it's better to put it out on display than to let it rust away to the ages of time. To put it on display and to preserve it for future generations rather than just letting it eke away and dissolve away essentially back into nature. That is the viewpoint. I would probably say that the majority of people actually have. And I'm not against it. I'm just saying. I find myself a little torn because I'm kind of an archaeologist. I mastered in anthropology in college, and I'm a history nut. Freaking love history, man. Love history. I find myself torn on the preservation of the actual sites, sharing it with future generations, preserving it, and putting it on display. I kind of want to do all of it, right? But unfortunately, you can't do all of it at the same time. You got to pick and choose your battles. So, like for example, these are a couple, or these are some of the finds that we have found over the years. Now, this got broken when we moved into the house, and I haven't had a chance to piece it all back together. But if you happen to come across arrowheads and stuff like that while you're out gathering, don't realize it or whatnot, you can actually keep them. But you cannot, I repeat, you cannot sell them nor give them away. Period. Cannot. Okay? So these are our own personals, and I've got to fix this display. But this is one way of putting your finds on display that you legally can do. Now, just for clarification and for our own protection, no, we did not purposely go out and find these, okay? They just ended up in our collection as we were rockhounding over the course of our lives. Like, I'm just going to say our lives, okay? So sometimes there's a lot of dirt and stuff like that that's packed onto these two. And you just clear off one spot and you're just like, oh, that's a Jasper, that's an Agate, or, you know, whatever it is. And you're just like, that goes into my collection. And you don't realize until you get home what it is, okay? Now, a full arrowhead is pretty recognizable. However, like this one, let me see if I can get this up here. This one, it's a little more hard because part of it got broken here. Now, this one's an actual spearhead. How cool, right? Damn it. And fortunately, they're pretty damn tough. So, before I break any more of these, my husband, like, cries. I'm going to put this up. Okay. So, these ones are some little birdshot ones. They're so cool. And then these are just your generals. And then this one is this awesome spear / a knife. So this one can be done either way, but the tip is all broken on it. So that happens. It does happen. So they come in all sorts of sizes, okay? So this one right here is an actual knife. It's so cool. So cool. All right. So there's your general run of the mill understanding of the laws, and let's talk about what you can actually do with these things. So I've already told you that you can put them on display, or you can leave them where you find them if you happen to notice what they are before, okay? Now, also, if you're just walking along and you happen to see an arrowhead laying at your feet, you legally can pick that up. Okay? You just can't sell it or give it away to anybody. Period. All right. But you also cannot actively go out and purposely be searching for them. That's a great big no-no, okay? Great big no-no, which used to be a very common activity around the Wyoming area. Just saying. A lot of us grew up doing those things. We didn't know any better. We didn't know any different. It was just a common thing. In fact, many folks around here are really good friends with some of the original Native American tribes and the leaders of those tribes. So they used to go out arrowhead hunting all together. So, you know, one of those kind of things. Sometimes it's hard to break those old traditions and those old family activities. Just saying. Like, it was never done for profit either. I want to clarify that. It wasn't done for profit. It was just fun. It was fun. It was exciting. It was an adventure. What are we going to find this time?
I never went treasure hunt before. I went a scout hunt, a money hunt, squirrel hunt, and I was telling about and treasure hunt, money hunt, but never treasure hunt plus music hunt.
Are we going to have to fix that this summer and go on a treasure hunt?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are we going to go out in some of the awesome areas here in Wyoming and go find us some lost treasure? Are we going to go on a gold lost treasure hunt?
On a pirate ship.
On pirate ship? Well, I don't know about any pirate ships, but...
No, on the pirate ship. Mom.
Oh, yes.
From last year, I saw a boat.
Wow.
It's a big old boat. It's like that size as a toast.
Nice. All right. Let me get you guys back up here. So, along those lines, so I was just saying that we are going to try to go out this summer and do a lost treasure hunt.
Yeah, a treasure hunt.
So, remember that Antiquities Act, okay? And do your research. Educate yourself, okay? Just saying, I'm just saying, educate yourself before you go out and do those things. So, it is one of the things that we have on our personal agenda.
Sorry, Mom.
To go out and do. However, when you decide to go out on this big treasure hunt, here's a little word of caution. So, 15% is what the government may or may not offer you as a finder's fee for finding it. Technically, you are supposed to report all treasure finds of antiquities or importance.
Like a noodle.
Yeah, it does. Here, let's be careful with that. I don't want that one to get broke because it looks just like a fish and it's so freaking awesome. In fact, let's put that one up here.
Yeah.
So that is how you actually, like, reporting your finds is actually the legal thing that you're supposed to do. And it is also,
Mom, look at this one.
it's also how you get your finds into museums, okay? It's how you legally make money off of treasure hunting.
Look at this one.
I see it. Now be very careful with these ones, okay? Because they are very sharp and they'll cut you, okay? All right, so the government only has to pay you 15%, and it's their choice whether or not they will pay you up to 15%. Okay, of the actual total value of the find that you found. However, if there are no actual antiquities at that site, it is then just precious metal.
Are these very sharp?
So, for example, if you're going out trying to find an old lost gold mine.
Mom, is these very sharp?
Yes, they are. Put it back. You don't, no. Leave it alone. That's different, okay? Okay, stop, guys. You're like shaking my cameras everywhere. Like, I'm almost done, okay? All right, so now say it's an old gold mine that you're looking for, an old lost gold mine. If that gold has not been melted down, like you find it, and the gold has not been melted down and it hasn't had any actual workings done to it, that is just straight up gold. It is not an antiquity. However, if it's been melted down or stamped, it instantly becomes an antiquities. So, know your laws. Anything older than 1932, you are not allowed to pick up unless you personally own that land yourself. All right? So, the government offers a finder's fee that they may or may not pay you. It's up to them. Yes, I see. Let's not break that. Okay? All right, Belle, Clara, put my tools back, not toys. All right, so guys, we're going to call it quits right there. I got to go get dinner done, and I got to finish all these fun things. All right, so it's been a while since I've done one of these classes, and I am a little rusty, and I'm a little off key, and I'm like, blah, 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 blah. I'm spewing from the mouth, apparently. So I don't even know how long I've been on. It's been a hot minute. Just saying. It's probably, what, an hour and a half. I don't know. It's a little longer than I was planning on doing, but I will try my best to do better next time. All right, and keep the time to a nice, reasonable, bite-sized piece. Anyhow, I would love to hear what class you would like to do next week. Do you want to do dowsing? Do you want to go into metaphysical energies? Do you want to do more gold panning or learning how to gold pan? Do you want to go in more into mining rights and discovering how to get your own claims, things like that? So let me know down in the comments what it is that you would like to learn next and what do you want to learn the most. So if it's dowsing, I can show you how to do map dowsing, or I can show you how to do just intuitive yes, no, angel guided dowsing too. So that's really cool too. I can also show you how to go out in the field and douse for yourself. So we've got some dowsing rods. We can use a dowsing pendant. I don't have my pendant on right now, but we can do a dowsing pendant. I can show you how to do finger testing dowsing. Or I can show you how to do dowsing rods. Okay, so they're all really fun. So let me know which class you want to cover next, and let me know down below what your top takeaway and the most interesting parts of today's class were, and if there's something particular you would like to learn more about. All right, until next time, y'all. Once again, my name is Crystal, signing off with Milled Artistry, where we are milling art daily to help empower your authentic self so that you can step out confidently and boldly as your rustic, amazing, authentic self, so that you can start dreaming that authentic dream life today, not next year. Because, let's face it, nobody wants to be exactly where they are right now in a year, 2 years, even 3 years from now, okay?
No.
I'm just saying.
I do.
I don't have anything. Oh. Is that better? Oh. All right, my lovelies. We will see you next week, next Friday. I'm going to be shooting for 9 o'clock, but I've got to double check my schedule and make sure I don't have a live scheduled already at 9 for some of our bread baking workshops and our live sales and all the other things that are going on. So the plan is to be live at 9 a.m. every Friday morning doing these classes. Lastly, make sure you drop down below whether or not you'd be interested in doing a rock show here in Star Valley as a live in-person event with yours truly. I can bring all my cool stuff, my rocks and my fossils, and show you all the amazing things. Also know some really cool vendors, some local vendors, and I have been unsuccessful as of yet getting a hold of some of our old fellow rockhound and prospectors that we used to do a lot of business with, and we used to go see them at their shows in the years ago. Okay, but I am still reaching out. I'm still trying to find a lot of their contact information because it's gotten lost over the years and the multiple moves since we came back. All right, so look forward to seeing you guys again. Oh, I didn't even tell you guys. Y'all, like, why didn't you tell me that I didn't tell you all the things that you can actually do with your stuff? Like, I didn't even finish the damn class. Okay, so you can put your stuff on display like that. Okay, now for this example, I'm going to say what's come off of national forest or public lands. Okay, so BLM land, anything like that. So for your own personal use only, if it comes off of public lands, it's for your own personal use. You cannot sell it. You cannot give it away. However, you can make your own personal jewelry with it. All right. You can make rock art displays, such as some of them that I sell in the shop. Let me step over here and I'll show you some. If I can get moved out. I might just turn you. I'll just turn you. Woo! Hi, Instagram. We're up close and personal, honey. Okay, so let's see where my cameras are pointing at. Apologize. Put my hand right in the camera. So you can do landscape rock art decor items such as this. Every type of rock requires a different type of adhesive. Put that back. That is very sharp. That will hurt somebody. That one too. Those are not toys. Those are tools. Put them back.
I'm just trying to learn ninja.
1, 2. That will hurt somebody badly. It's not a toy. Apologies. I'm always a mom first, guys. Okay, so like this one, this is actually just a piece of granite, but I freaking love it. I 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 love it. And it's just my personal. This is just mine. All right. So the really cool thing is you can't see it now, but the bottom of this was completely sheared off, dead smooth. I mean, it had its own natural polish to it. It came off so smooth, like just a natural break, which is freaking awesome. Yes.
This is for you.
Oh, why? Thank you.
These are for everyone.
Oh, okay. Are you going to go give them to everybody? Yeah? Okay. Belle, away from my jewelry bench, please. Okay? So you can do awesome things like that. So, like, for example, one that we have in our shop is this awesome piece of Nevada chalcedony. So, just in case, chalcedony, especially out here in the western areas, is also called chaldoni. Okay? It's also called chaldoni. Okay? So remember, chalcedony is agates, jaspers, opals. It is onyx. It's so many different stones. Okay? All right. Like, check that out. Look at that great big old chunk. So this is almost a 5. So this is 5 pounds, 4.8 ounces, this big old chunk. And the colors are not even really showing up as awesome as they are. That, and I've got my camera, it's like too far spaced. Let me fix that. Not that close. That close! Alright, so check that out. So this is some of the stuff that you guys can do. You can do this to decorate your own home, your own office. It's great. Now, if you want to do this for sale, on the other hand though, your stones have to come off of a claim, okay? A current, official, licensed, and valid claim. And a claim has to be recertified, revalidated every single year. And the government can be kind of a pain in the butt when it comes to validating your claim to ensure that you're doing the workings. So it is an extensive thing. So if you are going to start going into getting your own claim, things like that, I highly suggest hiring a claims lawyer that specializes in minerals and rock rights, okay?
No, that's not
And yeah, I'm just saying what I'm saying, okay? All right, so I wish I remember the name of this, of the claim that this one came off of, but I don't remember. But this is an awesome, big old, chunky, creamy pink. Like, you can't tell that it's pink. Like, this is such a beautiful, rich, reddy pink. I freaking love it. It's so gorgeous. Like, so gorgeous. Let me see if I can get a camera angle where you guys can see that. You can't have that on. Oh, it's still not going to show up right. Like, it's so, like, rich. Like, seriously. This is so rich. Like, let's see. Just curious. Okay, that is, like, damn near the same shade as my lipstick. Okay, guys? That I'm not currently wearing anymore at the moment. That's, like, almost the same shade of my lipstick. And this is a really rich, orangey, pinky, reddish, brown color. It's freaking gorgeous, okay? So it's got all these beautiful creams and browns and just all of it in here. It's so freaking cool. It looks like caves underneath, just the way it naturally formed. Stop turning that on. Okay, so those are just a few of the examples of what you can do with your stuff. All right, guys.
For you.
No, can you actually say bye? Because we gotta go. They gotta get back to their stuff too. It's dinner time. We gotta make dinner.
Goodbye.
They're like, Mom, you've been working all day. When is it time for us? I put my finger like right in the camera of Instagram over here. All right, y'all. Have an amazing day, and I will talk to you guys Friday morning, preferably. I think I can do it morning, but I've got to pick our actual class, so let me know what class you would like to do next, and I promise I'll stay a little bit more on time and target area for this next class so that it's not so long-winded. I just really miss you guys. I'm really excited, and there's so many things going on. So, right here, every Friday, we are doing Rockhounding gold prospecting classes, which goes into like metaphysical energies and mining and just all of the fun things, treasure hunting, the whole works, okay? Every Thursday, I will be back live every Thursday again, guys. Things have just been a little hectic while I've been getting the workshop and the course all ironed out for our busy parents and with all the big sales coming up. So, Thursdays, you can find me live at 11 o'clock every Thursday. And Wednesday, so Thursdays are our Bread Thursdays. Wednesday is our Jewelry Wednesdays, where I show you all the awesome jewelry that I handcraft and design, and all the amazing, wonderful parts of styling yourself for your authentic self. And then Bread Baking Thursdays, where we are styling your authentic life, and Friday Rocks, where you get to style your lifestyle and your home. Awesome. All right, so make sure you drop your comments down below. Let me know how you feel about a Rockhounding gold prospecting show, a live in-person show happening here in Star Valley later this summer. So it was September 13th and 14th is what we decided on if we go ahead forward with this, which is Friday the 13th, which is just kind of really cool. Didn't actually plan it that way, but that's how it worked out, and it's awesome. Freaking love it. Also, let me know what classes you would like to go over next time, and stay tuned for all of our awesome sales coming up for Valentine's Day, so that you can get him that kick-ass gift that he's gonna freaking love. But you can also get her that amazing piece that just makes her heart sing and gives her all those protective, amazing energies. I'm just saying what I'm saying. Okay. Yo, I gotta head out. So, I love you. Be brave. Be bold. Be beautiful. Be the most amazing, authentic you. Because it's your true, quirky weirdness and unique way of looking at life and style that makes you so damned extraordinary. All right. I love you guys. Thank you for hanging out with me. And I'll see you next week. Go check out the website, mildartistry.com. If you're not on our newsletter yet, make sure you are. Make sure to subscribe, because I have a whole bunch of subscriber-only deals that are coming up, and first access and all the amazing things. And you can also check out our live schedule. I update it every single week so that you always know where you can find me. You've got access to all of your links and access to all the goods, and know when you can expect to find those, either in your inbox, or you can find me live to join me in the live openings of each one of these events or classes. Right? See ya. Love you, lovelies.